This short reading, again from this book, Essays of the Buddha's Teachings, is about the 5 precepts. Sila, the 5 precepts. In the Eightfold Path, the Buddha taught the practice of the 5 precepts, which constitute the basic Buddhist code of ethics as a necessary starting point for lay people to make the world a place of satisfaction and well-being. The precepts are not imperatives, but essential guidelines that lay people voluntarily undertake to facilitate their Eightfold Path practice. They are signposts that give us very helpful guidance in our daily life. The emphasis is on voluntary acceptance of these ethical guidelines versus compulsory regulation, since to be cognitively accepted and integrated, the guidelines are assimilated and sustained better than those that are compulsory to follow and have as a regulation. The advantages derived from these precepts are many. Each precept corresponds to a significant and skillful state of mind. Through them, we develop wholesome and skillful or good thoughts, emotions or actions rooted in giving, compassion, and wisdom, and unwholesome and unskillful or bad thoughts, emotions, or actions are ignored, being that they are rooted in greed, hatred, and delusion, and they lead us away from nirvana, and they are deterred. In fact, anyone who reaches a point in their practice where they no longer experience even the faintest impulse to violate any of the precepts is said to have already completed half of the journey to total liberation. The 5 precepts are as follows. First precept, I shall refrain from harming the life of others. That is, I shall preserve life and not kill or harm any sentient being of any kind. Second precept, I shall refrain from taking what is not given. That is, I shall not appropriate others' property or take advantage of people, exploit them, manipulate them, or take anything not freely offered. Instead, I will practice generosity. Third precept, I shall refrain from improper sexual practices. That is, I shall avoid breaking commitments in sexual relations, not commit adultery. Instead, I shall participate and support sexual behavior that is honest and respectful to myself and to others. Precept 4, I shall refrain from deceitful words. That is, I shall not lie. I shall avoid gossip, speaking harshly and pointlessly. Instead, I will speak truthfully. And the 5th precept is, I shall refrain from intoxicating drinks and drugs which lead to carelessness. That is, I shall not consume substances likely to poison my body and distort my awareness and deprive me of my self-control and powers of judgment, such as alcohol, drugs, tobacco, and so on. Instead, I will remain mindful and respectful of my body and consciousness. These are the 5 precepts.